Is Venezuela banking on Bitcoin to rebuild their country? We have information to reveal what their plan is. Also, is Bitcoin's current pump fake or real? We'll dive into the data to show you where we're going next. And is the USA going full crypto? We'll shed light on recent events and one big upcoming event that will decide which way crypto goes in the United States. We'll reveal what the USA is doing and what they're planning to do in just 12 days from now. And as the crypto market heats up, what are the 2026 trends to watch? We'll reveal our top 3 picks for the crypto narratives of 26, so you can position yourself before the crowd gets there. All this and more on Around the Block, the crypto show that provides news and insights so you can stay ahead of the market. Hyperinflation decimated Venezuela's economy over the past decades. However, in recent years, many people turn to Bitcoin as a lifeline. Now, with the pending change in leadership, the idea is being floated to bring back Bitcoin as a cornerstone of the financial system. Let's listen to what Venezuela's opposition leader has to say.
Our campaign operates right now without banking access, isolated, yet resolute in our fight for change. Some Venezuelans found a lifeline in Bitcoin during hyperinflation, using it to protect their wealth and to finance their escape. Today, Bitcoin bypasses government-imposed exchange rates and thus helps many of our people. It has evolved from a humanitarian tool to a vital means of resistance. We are grateful for the lifeline Bitcoin provides and look forward to embracing it in a new democratic Venezuela.
It's pretty incredible to hear Bitcoin described in the perfect use case as it was designed. You see, governments have the ability to inflate the currency, and historically they always have. And while that's not perfect, it has worked in certain societies over the course of time, on a short time horizon. On the long term, however, it has always failed. As she describes, Bitcoin can be a lifeline for countries that are experiencing hyperinflation, and they plan to include it in their strategic reserves and see Bitcoin as a big part of their financial future. I think it's awesome to see countries embracing Bitcoin and utilizing it for its true purpose. Money without borders, banking without a counterparty, everything Bitcoin was designed to be. And just like that, Bitcoin hits $94,000 at the time of this recording. It's nice to see a little pump in Bitcoin here, but the question is this just another fake out, or is this the catalyst to the next leg up? While there is a ton of technical data we can go over, I want to review one macro point that I think will help shed light on where we're going next. Take a look at the buys just on Friday of the Bitcoin ETF. BlackRock saw $287 million in inflows. This is the largest single day purchase since October. At the same time, we have the king of Bitcoin himself, Michael Saylor, purchasing another 1,286 Bitcoin for $116 million. And Strive announces a purchase of nearly $10 million for another 101.8 Bitcoin. The reason I bring this up is because Bitcoin is so finite. Because of the way it was programmed, only 450 Bitcoin per day are mined across the entire planet. And that number will cut in half at the next halving, and then in half again, and in half again. It is the most deflationary asset on planet Earth. And if you look at December, we see 5 DATs selling nearly 1,900 Bitcoin for $171 million. That looks like bad news until you look at the buys. Public, private companies, and DATs bought over 10,750 Bitcoin. As I've said before, even if the demand stays the same, the supply is shrinking. And in simple economics, if you have high demand and low supply, the price will continue to go up. And I believe that will continue for many years to come. But let's put companies and institutions aside for a second and see what the OG whales, the original Bitcoiners, are doing with their buys. We've got a Satoshi era whale. That means someone that was there in the very beginning of Bitcoin just purchased $710 million of Bitcoin. And the on-chain data shows this is their first purchase since 2012. I don't believe someone in that position takes a bet like this unless they believe the bottom is in and we're going much higher. Now let's talk about the United States of America and their plan to become the crypto superpower of the world. And arguably the first big step to this is the Senate passing the crypto structure bill. They are set to vote on this in just 10 days. I know I've brought this up before, but this is so critical. And I think it's very possible that the recent price increase is because people are front running this announcement. They believe it's going to pass. and therefore they want to get in before it does. We're going to see regulatory clarity like we've never had before. Now, on one hand, the true crypto natives don't like that. They want this to be our own sandbox. But the reality is, we live in a society, and societies have rules. We live in countries. Countries have rules. So we need the rules to be clear and obvious so that people can innovate and protect themselves from legal threat. And Trump and his family are all in on this idea. They own a company called American Bitcoin. It is a mining company, and they have bought another 329 Bitcoin for $30 million. Their reserve is almost 5,500 Bitcoin. This is the president's family. It's hard not to take notice when the leader of the free world and his family is heavily invested in this asset. Regardless of your political beliefs, the idea that the president is going to want to make money on his position, on his companies, is obvious. No one goes into business to lose money, and he has the ability to influence the market. So I think that is going to help cause the next leg up. And in this clip, he talks about the outdated financial system and how they can use crypto and blockchain to bring everything on chain, make it more transparent, and better experience for everyone involved. Let's listen to what he says in this short clip.
Many Americans are unaware that behind the scenes, the technical backbone of the financial system is decades out of date, many, many years out of date. You know that. Paul and others are straightening it out, but payments and money transfers are costly and take days or even weeks to clear. Under this bill, the entire ancient system will be eligible for a 21st century upgrade using the state-of-the-art crypto technology. Who would have thought we would have been saying that 2 years after?
Who would have thought the government would be rebuilding the financial framework on crypto? What a massive win for crypto and transparency among the American people. Because remember, everything in crypto is public. We can see all the transactions. Maybe now we'll finally be able to see where all the money goes when the government fails its audits for the millionth time in a row. So if Bitcoin does continue to move up, one of the most important things to understand if you want to invest in altcoins, meaning coins that are not Bitcoin, is narratives. Crypto revolves around narratives. Narratives are essentially sectors that have mind share at a particular time. Some popular ones you know about are meme coins, AI agents, real-world assets, but there are many others, and it's key to understand where the market is going if you want to invest in where the money is going to flow. Now, if we look back at the big narratives of 2025 by month, I'll read some of these off to you. January, it was AI agents. February, meme coins. March, info finance. April, RWA, and the list goes on. The question is, what is going to be the big narrative or narratives of 2026? And I have some predictions myself. One of the biggest that really caught fire towards the mid to end of 2025 is prediction markets. Prediction markets are showing up everywhere. We've got huge players like Polymarket, Kalshi, and Coinbase is even getting involved. If you're not familiar with prediction markets, they essentially enable you to bet on real-world outcomes. How many tweets will Elon Musk have? Will the Fed cut interest rates? Who's going to win the Super Bowl? You can basically bet on anything. And these platforms have been wildly profitable. Just like a casino makes money because most people lose. But in this case, you're betting against other users. The largest player in the prediction market game is Polymarket. They don't have a token, but they have a platform used by millions of people. The founder was even recently on 60 Minutes explaining to Anderson Cooper what his platform does. I think anything in the crypto space related to prediction markets has a good chance of taking off in 2026. Of course, there's going to be winners and losers, but this is a place to research. I do believe that. So aside from prediction markets, what else might be a hot narrative in 2026? I think we're going to continue to see AI and AI agents be a massive narrative. Narratives in crypto work much like the mind share of the world. People are thinking about AI, talking about AI. That generally means AI coins will continue to rise, just like AI stocks will continue to rise. The biggest player in the game there is arguably Virtuals Protocol. I've been invested in Virtuals and their ecosystem for a long time and have done quite well. I recommend looking into them. This is not financial advice, but I do think if you're looking for AI agents, they are worth looking at. We've also got robotics on this list, which I think is kind of ridiculous because what does crypto and robotics have to do with each other? Pretty much nothing. But again, where attention goes, money flows. This is another narrative to look into. And two more big ones. We've got privacy. People want to have anonymous transactions. Crypto, everything's public, so privacy tokens have become very big. Zcash and Monero are the two biggest ones, which have done quite well, even through the pullback. Although I'm not invested in those, I'm looking for those small caps. If those are the 800-pound gorilla, I'm looking for the next big thing. So I would dive deep into that narrative. And one more that's a little bit confusing, but I do recommend researching, is called X402. X402 essentially allows AI agents to transact with each other in a permissionless setting. What that means in plain English is that AI agents will have the ability to pay for services like API integrations and other tools they may need while they do their job. If they were programmed to accomplish a goal, imagine being able to set a budget and letting them go for it. That would take AI agents to a whole new level because they could actually be almost like employees that could solve complex problems. Inside our blockchain boardroom private community, we've discussed multiple tokens in here at length. Some of them have done over a 20x in a very short time horizon. So if you're interested in learning more about crypto and DeFi and want to access these gems before everybody else, then I invite you to schedule a call with me or my team. We help accredited investors and business leaders master the world of crypto and decentralized finance. So if that's interesting to you, just scroll down to the description of this video. There's a link there that will let you book a call with me or my team. And even if you don't join, you can do your own research. Get on Twitter, get on Telegram, begin to immerse yourself in these different ecosystems, and you will be able to find the gems. We just offer a shortcut so you can find everything and learn everything faster. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Around the Block. I'm going to continue to pump these out and provide tips and information that can help you get an edge in the world of cryptocurrency. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope to see you at the next one.